Hi dear students, I welcome all of you. Today we are going to discuss types of solutions. Remember, on the basis of dissolution of solute in a solution, we have three types of solutions: unsaturated, saturated and supersaturated solutions. Before going into the details, let us remind ourselves that there are two components of solution. One is solute and the second one is solvent. What is solute? Solute is a substance that dissolves or that can be dissolved in solution. It is usually present in small amounts. And the other one is, or the other component of the solution is solvent. What is solvent? Solvent is a substance that dissolves as solute. It is usually present in greater amounts. So in case of sugar in water, sugar is the solute and water is the solvent, and these are the two components that make a sugar in water solution. uh, Let us ask ourselves that can we dissolve any amount of salt in water. For example, if we have a cup of water or a glass of water, let us say we have 250 ml water in a beaker or in a glass. Can we dissolve any amount of salt in it? The answer to this question is no. So it is not possible that we can dissolve a solute in a solvent at will. There will be a point where no more salt can be added to a particular solution. All these things will get clear once we uh, understand the three types of solutions. So the first one is saturated solution. What is saturated solution? Simply defining when a solution cannot dissolve more solute at a given temperature. For example, if we have a solution of sugar in water, say roughly at 20 degree centigrade, we can dissolve 204 grams of sugar in 100 ml water. So this so if we go on dissolving sugar in a beaker of water containing 100 ml water, if we dissolve all the 204 grams, we won't be able to dissolve more solute or more sugar in the water. So this point where no more solute can be dissolved in a solution at a given temperature is known as saturation point, and such a solution is called saturated solution. However, we should remember that uh, we can increase the solubility of a solution by increasing the temperature when it is a solute solvent solution where the solute is solid and the solvent is liquid. So generally saturation point of a solution can be altered by changing the temperature. So at a given temperature, how much solute is dissolved in a solvent depends upon the solubility of that solute at that temperature. For example, like I said, at 20 degree centigrade, 204 grams of sugar can be dissolved in 100 ml water. Similarly, at same 20 degree centigrade, we can dissolve 36 grams of common salt in 100 ml water. At the same time, only 21 grams of copper sulfate can be dissolved in 100 ml water at 20 degree centigrade. However, we can add more solute to a solution if we increase the temperature of that solution. In other words, we can just increase the solubility of that solution or that solute. So when a solution cannot dissolve more solute at a given temperature, it is a saturated solution. For example, This is a saturated solution. You can see the solute particles are unsolved at the bottom of the beaker. A solution in which the maximum amount of substance has been dissolved is called a saturated solution. So the maximum capacity has already been reached and we are unable to dissolve more solute in this 250 ml water. So you can clearly see the undissolved solute particles. So this solution is a saturated solution. So this is a saturated solution. Now the question arises, is there a way by which we can dissolve the salt which is settled at the bottom of the beaker? Is there any chance, is there any possibility that we can dissolve the salt or the solute that is present at the bottom of this water beaker? Is there any chance? Yes, the answer to this question is yes. By increasing the temperature or by giving the heat, we can dissolve the solute particles which are at the bottom of the beaker or which are undissolved. So more amount of substance can be dissolved in a saturated solution by heating or by increasing the temperature of the solution. Like I said, uh, at a particular temperature, you can see we are just dissolving sugar and salt in the same amount of water and we are adding the solute. Water dissolves different amounts of different substances to prepare their respective saturated solutions. For example, if we have to make a saturated solution of sugar, say we can add 5 spatula of sugar and just 3 spatula of salt. So the solubility varies from one solute to another solute in water. At the same time, saturation points of different substances are different. Like I said, at 20 degrees centigrade, uh, where the solvent is water, we can make a saturated solution of 36 grams of salt, 204 grams of sugar, and 21 grams of copper sulfate. But the saturation points will vary once we change the temperature. For example, if we increase the temperature of water to 80 degrees centigrade, it will dissolve 360 grams of sugar. So the saturation points will vary. Now, what are unsaturated solutions? Unlike saturated solutions, uh, the unsaturated solutions are defined like this: solution in which more solute can be dissolved at a given temperature is called unsaturated solution. The third one is unsaturated solution is very simple. The third one is supersaturated. Remember, solution that contains more solute than the maximum amount of the solvent that uh, can dissolve at a given temperature. So it has an excess of solute which no longer dissolves or which crystallizes, which reappears. To understand supersaturated solution, we should remember that uh, in a supersaturated solution, there is more solute that was required to make a saturated solution. So this is called as supersaturated solution. For example, like I said, at 20 degrees centigrade, we can dissolve 204 grams of sugar in 100 ml of water. Water is 100 ml. We can dissolve 204 grams at 20 degree centigrade. So if we just go on dissolving 204 grams of sugar at 20 degrees centigrade, we will get a saturated solution. Now let us increase the temperature. If we increase the temperature of water, say up to 80 degrees centigrade, it will become unsaturated. Its dissolving capacity will increase, rather the solubility of sugar will enhance. So at that stage, at 80-degree uh, centigrade, it will have a dissolving capacity of 360 grams of sugar. So it will be able to dissolve 360 grams of sugar. So solubility generally, I say generally, increases if we increase the temperature of a liquid. So we have increased the temperature of water from 20 degree up to 80 degrees centigrade, and its dissolving capacity has increased, solubility has increased. So at this stage we are in a position to dissolve 360 grams of sugar. So if we dissolve 250 grams, it will get easily dissolved. And if we again go on cooling and just decrease the temperature from 80 degree again to 20 degree centigrade, so at 20 degree centigrade the solution was saturated by dissolving 204 grams, but we have dissolved 250 grams. So we have dissolved more solute that was required to make a saturated solution. Such a solution that contains more solute that was required to make a saturated solution at a certain temperature, at a specific temperature, is known as supersaturated solution. So these are the three types of solutions which are based on the dissolution of solute in a solution. So I hope you have understood saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated solutions. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.